your first million reels in game. Obviously more based towards newer players. I'm hoping to try and encourage more people to play the game because it is brilliant. So, you are brand new to the game. You have gone, I have no money. What do I do? Now the game doesn't really tell you this, so I'm going to tell you, as I haven't seen an up-to-date version of this kind of video in a very long time. So where to start? You go up here and you think, oh wow, I am bankrupt. And then you go up here, and it's not on my screen, but it's, ooh, what's this book with a big question mark on it? If you log into yours, it will be there, believe me. In fact, when you click on it, it comes up with this. Tutorials. You think, oh right, okay, I'll have a go and have a dabble at them. So the first thing I can highly recommend to you to get your first million reels is to do these tutorials. They're very basic, and then you do your exams and your final exam. Now getting your first million reels is not vital to doing the final exam. If you are struggling with the final exam, that's fine, come back to it. Even if you're struggling with any of these, come back to it later. It is not crucial to the game that you do this. It just speeds you up a bit. Alright? So, I'm going to do this as though you have not done the final exam. And if you have done the final exam, then skip a little bit. And, oh no, actually no, you're still going to need it anyway. So yeah, don't skip. In fact, press the like button, because you know, other people will like to, well, if you've clicked on it, other people are going to want to click on it to help spread around the video to the people who might want to make their first million reels on Naval Action. So, brand new, you want to click down here on Port Quests, the little book. Click on, where's it gone? Missions here. Economy. And then, ooh, passenger missions. Right, so this one here wants me to send this man or woman to Guamasavel. So I press M and I go, ooh, where is that? I have absolutely no idea where it is. Well, I know where it is, but to find out where it is, you click up here. You press more. Port and county search. So it began with a G, did it not? And then a U. Guamasavel. There. It is there. There you go. That's how you search for a port. You think, oh, alright, I've got to move this person from here, which is where I currently am, up to Guamasavel. And I will get 30 grand for that. You want to be doing this in your little basic cutter, as it is free. It doesn't cost you anything. Fantastic boat. Alright? Go do a couple of them. By which time you will have maybe 80,000, 1,000 reels. Not 1,000, 10,000 reels. And then you might think, I'm bored of sailing around doing that now. I'll have another go at the final exam, or whichever it is that you are stuck on. But great, fantastic. If you pass it, brilliant. If you don't, that's fine. There's still ways to do this. If you are then wanting to think, I need to now get some money. I need to get more experience as well. So what you're going to want to do is you go down here into battle. You then go, ooh, there's missions here for kill missions. But I can only afford a little basic cutter. You think, alright. Maybe have a quick dabble. So you do a couple of these missions where it's if you are in a basic cutter, you are a rank 7 ship. And then you go, alright, I will take on another rank 7 ship on my own. Alright, I'll go do that. I get 200 doubloons for it. I'll do a few of them. And then you go, right, I've done 5 of these. I have 1,000 doubloons. And a few other goodies. And I'm a bit bored now, so what do? I want a bigger boat. So you think, right, okay, but I've also got 1,000 doubloons. So these are your doubloons here. You have 1,000 of them. So what do? I'm going to go and sell them. Because they actually sell for quite a bit of money. To sell these doubloons, you go to the shop, which is this one here. Make sure you do this in your home port, as the game is currently very fresh, and that will be where the most people are. So in the GB it is Kingston Port Royal. Pirates, it's Mortimer Town, not Nassau, it's Mortimer. In the Frenchies, it is Fort Royal. Yeah, it's got to be Fort Royal or Castilla. That's one of them. If you pick the French nation, you will know. And Spanish, it is La Habana. Make sure you do this there. Go on Place Contract. Then click on Sell Contract. Make sure you do not press Buy Contract. Go on Sell Contract. And then, what is the good you are wanting to sell? It is a coin. So, coin and marks, item, doubloons. Now you think, how much do I sell them for? So you go on the shop, which is currently open. You click on the coins and marks option. You think, oh right, here we go, doubloons. Somebody's currently selling them for really cheap at 95 reals per doubloon. You think, alright, I want to see who that is. So you click on that little eye option there. That gives you more information. So there we go. We've got the people, not really relevant, the amount and the price. You think, right, okay, these guys are selling them for that, fairly cheap. I've got 1,000 of them. You know what? I'm just going to sell them. So you place contract, enter the amount, 1,000. Ooh, not 5,000, 1,000. And then you want it at 1 real or $1 or £1 below that, 94 for example. For that I will get 84,000 reals once they sell. Now that is pretty cheap, I must admit, but at this point in time you're just going to want to get the reels in. It's only 1,000 doubloons, it doesn't matter. The last time I sold them, which was probably yesterday, I got around double this. So yeah, and that's 1,000. I got 165,000 quid for that. So you go and sell these doubloons and you get some cash for it that way. You think, alright, nice one. That might take a couple of days to do. But while you've been doing these kill missions, you've also got some upgrades. And you go, right, well, what the hell do these do? Now you have a choice. You can use them, or you can sell them. Now, many of them are absolutely shit. Many of them. I always sell the shit ones because I'm never going to use them. So hopefully I will actually be able to get something from them. For example, trim by the stern. People want this for some reason. People buy it. Personally, I don't. I think it's shite and I will never use it. So I'm going to sell it. 10,000 quid. If it sells, fantastic. Additional brake pumps. People buy it. 10,000 each. I'm selling 4 of them. 3 of them I've already sold. Fantastic. That's another 40,000. Spanish rig refit. That hasn't sold yet. Selling that for 25,000 reals. It might sell, it might not. If it doesn't, then I'll just sell it for cheaper. Basic carpentry tools. I'm selling this for actually really cheap at 20,000 reals. That one has sold. So once your doubloons have sold, or your upgrades have sold, it will actually tell you down here in this little, get rid of that, in this little flashy one down here, you'll have mail, and you click on it, contract fulfilled. Your contract for 2 bloody blahs has fulfilled, and then you click on the port where you are. You then click claim, and watch my money go up a bit there. But there we go, that's some more money. So that, in combined with your doubloons, which you have earned in combat, you can then start getting quite a bit of money. You might have around £250,000 by now if your things have sold. Now I must say, don't get greedy. You do not know the prices of things if you are new. For example, permits. You might think, oh, they're all the same, aren't they? No, they are not. Absolutely not. Now, the Implacable is a third-rate ship. Very good. 700 grand, that's probably about right. However, here, a Santi permit, that is a first-rate ship. Biggest in the game. That's selling for 60,000. You know? It's not quite up. It's very up and down. But if you sell things for relatively cheap, they will sell and you will get the money quickly. Once you've got a bit of money, you'll be alright. So now you've got, say, roughly 250,000 reals. You think, right, I want a bigger boat, I want more experience, and I want that rest of the £1,000,000. So, hopefully, also, you may have done the tutorial, or at least finished it. You think, right, I'm going to do it. Excellent. You will then, if you do the tutorial, you will then jump up to 280 crew, which is the next bit. Alright? If you're still struggling with the tutorials, that's fine. You'll just have to work a little bit harder. So if you are struggling still, but you have gone up a little bit in rank, right? Get yourself a Trincomalee. The Trincomalee, many of you will not know this, but can be redeemed by players who have played previously on the other servers before free-to-play. Before the free-to-play server was uploaded. So this, I can redeem this, and I can pop out another one instantly. It doesn't cost me anything. Now, if you are in a clan, just ask for one of these, and that people will happily dish them out. Happily. You know, there you go. There's a boat. Pop! There you go. Even if you do not have 325 crew, it does not matter. This boat is the one that you want. So if you have done the tutorial, you will have a few repairs and a few cannons and 280 crew, and also a Cerberus, but nah, it's a bit shit. Get yourself a Trincomalee. If you haven't managed to do the tutorials, or you just can't be arsed, whatever it is, then once you have done a little bit of combat in your basic cutter, I'm hoping that you would be able to at least crew the ship to 50%. Once you have got that, you should be alright. If you are short on crew, what I would highly recommend you do is you put on the smallest caliber gun on this ship that you possibly can, and I will show you why. So for example, on here, if you've never seen this before, the lower deck, which is this bottom bit, in fact I will get the ship up so I can actually show you properly. So this is the Trincomalee, that boat there. Very nice boat. The bottom deck, which is your main, biggest guns normally. The smallest caliber gun you can put on there is a 4-pounder. Alright, and the biggest is an 18-pounder. Many experienced players will just put the biggest one on there, but if you are short on crew, don't do that. Put the smallest possible caliber on there. The smallest on this is a 4-pounder. The highest is an 18-pounder on this section of the ship. So 4-pounder. I will show you why. 4-pound medium gun. The base damage is 49. The reload time is 50 seconds. And the crew that you need per cannon is 2. Alright? We're going to go to the 18-pounder, which is just there. The base damage is 56. Yes, that's higher. But it's only 7 points higher. Now the reload time on the 18-pounder, 75 seconds. On the 4-pounder, it's 50 seconds. That is an extra 50% longer time you have to wait for that gun to reload. Yes, there are disadvantages. However, you will put out the damage. Overall, you do more damage per second with the smaller gun than what you do with the big one. And with the big one, this 18-pounder, you need 5 cannon crew per gun. Whereas the 4-pounder, you only need 2. So what I'm saying is, put those 4-pounders everywhere on that ship, and you will be able to crew all of those cannons absolutely no problem, even if you have around 50% of the maximum crew of the ship. I guarantee you this. Honestly, I did it earlier in a Redoubtable. Right, that is a big ship. I will show you it now. It is this one. This is a DLC ship that I've had for a very long time. Locust Sab. Where have you gone? Redoubtable. This ship, big boat, yeah? I placed on it 9-pound cannons, which is the lowest you can do, and 4-pound cannons, which is the lowest you can do. And with only 280 crew, I could fire all of these guns and reload all of them at the same time when I was sailing on battle sails. All of them. The maximum crew for the ship is 725. Yeah? Do you get the point? Put on the smallest caliber gun you can. You will get a higher damage per second, which is fantastic. Once you then get down the road in the game, you can then choose to either put the smaller ones on or the big ones. The big ones damage the crew a lot more on the enemy ship, and generally feel there are advantages, but if you just want to sink a ship, put on the lowest guns possible, especially if you are low ranked. I guarantee you'll be absolutely fine. There is one thing you must watch out for though, is if you are against other ships of equal size or higher, that ship will try and board you. If you get too slow right near that ship, you will get boarded. So you must avoid that at all costs. If you're unsure what the boarding speed is, it is around 3.5. Do the boarding tutorial wherever it is, pursuit and capture, and the boarding exam to learn more about that. So, to get your million reels, you have done so far some passenger missions just to get your reels up a little bit. You have hopefully done the tutorial. If you haven't, it doesn't matter. If you haven't, do some missions just to get your crew up a bit. If you did do the tutorial, do some missions anyway. Get some combat experience in there, get those doubloons and get those upgrades which you can sell. on that note, if there are some upgrades which you think, I think I can sell this for a lot more, but I'm not sure, ask your clanmates. If you're not in a clan, but you're still unsure and would like to ask, leave a comment in this video and I will do a rough guess of what I would sell that product for. Also, while you're at it, if you are still watching this, by the way, thank you for watching. Please press the like button. It helps me out an absolute ton. So, continuing with our story, you've hopefully got around 250,000 reals, a Trincomalee ship, and at least 50% crew to go and do some more missions to use that ship. So they're not here in this port, but all the kill missions are very similar. So if you are in GB now, for example, you now have your Trincomalee. You think, yeah, I want to get in some combat with this. Go to Carlisle. In Carlisle, there are missions which are against other 5th-rate ships. It's fairly easy. If you can take out... there's missions where it's versus one other 5th rate, and there are missions where it's versus 2 5th rates. These are the missions you want to be going for. Whether that's if you're on not 50% crew, or even if you've done the tutorial and you can pretty much fully crew that ship. Go and do a few of them. You will then get some practice in, and you'll then get more doubloons. Make sure you loot those loot the ships that you sink. I'm going to say a point here. If you are in a position where you are facing 2 of those ships, and you sink one of the ships but can't get to it, if that ship fully goes underwater, you will lose the loot that was on that ship. So please be advised, if you're going to sink a ship, make sure that you are somewhere near it so that you can get to it when it sinks, so you can get the loot. The loot is key. So now you're doing 5th rate missions there. You've done a few missions, and with each one you can now get probably around 800 doubloons per ship sunk, and all the upgrades and the completion bonus for doing the mission, which is probably going to be around 500 doubloons, and hopefully there might even be a silver chest in there. So now you can start selling all of this stuff, which then accelerates the amount of money you're going to get. So you've done a few of those, you then sell your doubloons. For more money, you might have 2,000 doubloons, you might have 3,000 doubloons, because you've done a few of them. You know, you do maybe 4 or 5 of those missions, you could quite happily have 5,000 doubloons. Now that's probably, you can easily get 500,000 reals for that. And then you've got your upgrades which you are selling as well, which you can easily get a good few 100k for that as well. But let's just say you are not quite at the million mark, but you obviously this mission video you can do the million from that. But you want something better. Now, if you want, and you're getting confident as well, you want a new experience, then you want to get more XP so you can crew bigger ships faster. Next step is get somebody in your clan to help you capture a 3rd rate. Now, a 3rd rate is something which is equivalent to the Redoubtable. Equivalent ships which would be suitable are a 3rd rate. The ship is called a 3rd rate. They'll know what it is. An Implacable, that will do. A Wassa will do. And a... what is the other one? A Bellona will do. Any of those ships, just any 3rd rate. Not a USS United States though, or the Constitution. That is a different type. Oh, did they change that to a 4th rate? They might have changed that to a 4th rate. Oh, they did. Right, so yeah, that's alright. Ignore what I just said on that particular bit there. Get yourself a third rate. Now, the same trick. Get your ship, your third rate, and fill it. Fill of the smallest caliber gun you can. Now, in this Redoubtable, I took on another third rate with 280 crew and absolutely smashed it. You will just want to kite it all the way so you do not get hurt. But regardless, if you don't know what that is, I will have to do another video because it's not going in this one. If you would like to know how to take down a first rate in a third rate on basic AI, put in the comments and I will do a video on it. So yeah, back to where I was. You want to get yourself in the third rate and stick the smallest cannons on it possible. Like I said before, I fully manned all the guns on this ship with 44% of the crew maximum. Yeah? And I absolutely smashed it. Once I did that third rate, I thought, oh, right, okay, I'll go to a first rate. I took another mission, and that mission gave me 2,000 doubloons, a gold chest and a silver chest. Now, the gold chests and the silver chests dish out some good upgrades from time to time, which you can sell for quite a lot of money. And 2,000 doubloons, that's easily $250,000. You see where I'm going with this? This game is easy to earn money on if you know all the tips and tricks. So, and also, if you take on the first rates in your third rate, you will probably get around 2,000 experience per ship sunk. And it will take you around 20 minutes to do. So, getting from to and from port and doing the mission, you're calling it half an hour. You can be earning maybe $500,000. Yeah, every half an hour. But that includes doubloons that you sell and the upgrades that you sell. And then you also get roughly around 2,000 experience. Now, they've just changed it in game, but normally it's around, to go up to the next one, yeah, you've got to do only a few of them, and then next thing you know, you've got 550 crew, and so on and so on. I hope this video has explained one or two things for you. Yeah, I hope you have stuck around for it. I hope you've listened. If you have any questions, feel free to comment in the comment section. Please like the video, as that spreads it around YouTube a lot better. If you would like to see more videos from me, please subscribe now. It should be on the screen as you see it. And you will then get posted when I do another one. Or just type me in, I don't really care. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you on the seas of Naval Action. Bye bye.